Welcome to Boxing Capital, boxing, business, and everything behind the punches. I'm Tay.
I'm Sammy.
And we got some special guests here with us today. We have Coach Gloria and Kid Kansas. Kid Kansas has got a fight coming up in February 8th, right?
Yeah,
Lightweight,
February
10-0, 8 knockouts. So thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, of course. I've seen you guys work out at Wild Card a few times. I know you have a great stable of fighters. And then you, Kid Kansas, you're coming up a prospect in the 135 division. So we just want to get to know you guys. How did this relationship come about? And what got you into the ring, Kid?
So we met a
In the
couple
parking
years
lot.
ago. No, we met a couple years ago, at a national tournament because I'm friends with her daughter. So, I knew Roxy for years, and one time we were just playing a prank in the restaurant, and I ended up meeting Coach G and just talking to her. I was about 16, no, 15 years old, and just talk boxing a little bit, and then every tournament after that, I'd see her. We'd talk boxing, or we'd just talk a little bit, and then long story short, I ended up here in LA. But getting into the ring, I was about 6 years old when I started fighting at the park, and yeah, my dad asked me and my big brother if I wanted to do boxing, and whenever I was 7, he took us to the gym. So we went the first day, we liked it, and then the next day he took us shopping to get all kinds of sweats and sweaters and shirts and it was like 6 o'clock and he was like, "What are you guys doing?" I mean, my brother was on the game and he's like, "Come on, we're going to the gym." I'm like, all right, so we got our stuff, we went back to the gym, and he just turned it into a routine for us every day, and before you know it, we started like actually competing, and from there I was about 12 years old when I realized that boxing was what I wanted to continue doing, and that I didn't want to work a job. I just wanted to box.
Free sweats, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And your brother, he chased the girls.
Nah, not even my brother. No, he was about 15 whenever he decided I think it was just the pressure of everybody wanting him to box because we're brothers. And so everybody was like, "Oh, the Garcia brothers, Garcia brothers, Garcia brothers." And everybody, would just I don't know if the comparisons or what just annoyed him, but he didn't like boxing. Like, and once he told my dad's all, "Well, stick it out for another 2 years and I'll get you a car." Well, one time brother got his car, he told my dad again, like, "I don't like boxing." My dad was like, "You should tell me a long time ago. I wouldn't have wasted all
Before I
this
buy a
money,
car.
Like, you know all these tournaments you don't even want to." And so yeah, my brother's in college right now. He's going to school in Kansas. So, and he's got a little girl now, so
Oh, okay, that's good.
they
That's
started a
good.
family.
So your uncle.
Yeah, I'm my uncle times two, cause then my little sister has a baby too.
Uh, says Gloria, I know. How long have I known you now? Maybe what? 11 years? Maybe 12?
Yeah, but I would say
Yeah,
12, 13 years.
yeah, yeah. Seen her training. First she used to be like a water
Water girl.
a water girl.
Really?
Yeah, before she started with training.
Well, actually, because I was married, so I gave the man his
His
spotlight,
face.
and I was, working the
Oh,
back. So I've been a trainer for over 30 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, when I saw you and your ex-husband, I thought you were managing, and he was training the fighters. I thought, and that's what I thought. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
so
good.
that's really interesting. So you were married to a coach,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then you
We
just
met through boxing. I had a
yeah.
boxing gym, and he was also a
Okay.
trainer. And he's one of the top trainers in the
Yeah.
amateurs, well, as professional too. And we just, we got together. We got married.
Mhm.
And we were married for about 13 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, but I was always in boxing. That's
Yeah.
how he met me.
Okay. So loving boxing
Yeah.
instead of loving basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
That's good.
So, what was your transition like from as you've kind of gotten your own fighters and training professionally? Did you start training amateur? Did you start fighting? Did you have a
Yeah.
fighting career? And
When I was younger, it was kickboxing. My whole family, and I don't know if you know, but my family is Yokida's family. They're
mm,
legendary
yeah.
kickboxers. They're the founders of the
Wow,
kickboxing
yeah.
Oh,
pioneers and stuff. And my mom, my aunts, my uncles, my grandmother was a professional wrestler. So it's been four
Wow.
generations in my family.
Yeah, fighters.
I
Wow.
started training my daughters. Yeah, and I was in the amateurs. Been around pros all my
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
World champions, legends, and so it's just more part of my life.
yeah.
I knew this was my calling.
Mm,
I trained my daughter, and then after I got well, I started training pros again. I was like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
behind the scenes, but I was training the pros as well. You know,
Mm,
and the cameras would get there, it was all on him,
right,
but I was always doing the work
right.
as well in the back, just as much as he was.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it like being one of the few female trainers in boxing? Have you, I'm sure you've dealt with a lot of bullshit being
You always
that.
do,
Yeah.
and I always, but this probably be the first time I'm going to say this.
Mm,
Um, it's hard, I don't have a husband or a
right,
man to back me or to have my back or to walk with me. With the only thing I have is men are my fighters.
right.
So I have to put that coat on where like I'm just like strong, nothing can break me,
Mm,
you know. But I don't go right, I don't go left. I stay in my lane, stay in my own business. And
mm,
like you said, I went through a lot, and then so I try to stay just focused with my fighters because at the end of the day, when people do talk about you, they have nothing to talk about.
right,
They have to make stuff up,
right,
you know.
right.
So
so Kid Kansas, were you I've been seeing you working hard at the gym and everything like that. So when you're looking, how the fight gonna go? I think I mean I know you go out there to kick his butt.
Yeah.
But if you done, I might have to kick yours. So fighting, what what made you kind of stick to it?
I think I just liked, honestly, I like the attention. I was like, I like winning, and everyone was like, oh, he won again, and it would be like, I remember the second grade, and we would have show and tell at school, and I brought one of my trophies for show and tell, and then it was like, ooh, and then like, but I even had those kids who were like, ah, he's cocky, or ah, he thinks he's all that, you know what I mean? I started to see that I liked it more for myself, just because because I was good at it. You know, when
Yeah,
you're good at something and you enjoy doing it, and it helped me stay fit, like I didn't know what else to do. I tried to work, I didn't like it. I tried working again, I didn't like it.
good.
And so I was just like, yeah, this boxing is for me, because I have to make it, because I don't like working jobs. So, and I knew I was pretty good, and that I was a hard worker, so I knew that I could do something.
So after you got into that fight and your father took you to the gym, have you ever been in another street fight?
Yeah, yeah, I have. I've been in a couple street fights. It just happens sometimes, like sometimes people just, they see you, and because I'm not a big guy, I'm not super big. There's obviously people out there bigger than me, and sometimes they just start to talk, or they act out of character, and I don't I like now I like to laugh at it until it gets physical, until they're in my face, or until they're touching me, you know what I mean? Then I know that I have to go to do something about it. But I tried to avoid fights as much as possible. I don't. You see me all the time. I'm always
Yeah.
joking with everybody. I play with everybody.
Do you feel
But
like boxing zened you out, at least?
I think it's further than boxing, to be honest. I think me knowing how to box and knowing that I could hurt somebody, like, helped me not want to hurt people. But I feel like just past events in my life, like as with anybody, when you go through things, it just your life just shifts through
Right.
everything you go through. And
Mm,
I don't know, I'm just at a at a good place, I'm at a good mental place. I enjoy what I do. I work hard at what I do. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every day is the best day ever, but I know for sure that me knowing the ability to fight, that I yeah, that I would fight with my chest out, because moment people got once I got active and people started getting hot headed and physical, then I was confident, like, oh yeah, let's do this. You
Sometimes
know.
people sign checks their chin can't cash.
Yeah. And so, but nah, as of right now, like, I don't know, I haven't had nobody try me or
No,
try to talk to me crazy or anything.
That's good.
that's good. Uh, Sis Gloria, what? How far you think you gonna take him?
Oh man, to the moon. Yeah, no, he's gonna be around for a very long time. He's gonna do great things, and he's just an amazing kid. Just his mentality, the way of him thinking. I mean, there's sometimes I sit down and ask him for advice, and it's very rare because I think I'm a
Yeah,
wise owl. Sometimes I sit there and have to hear his way of thinking, and I'm telling you, he's just far beyond his years. Also in the ring, you've seen him
yeah. I seen him work.
for years. You've seen him work, and when he gets in the ring, a lot of people just stay quiet and they just stand around the ring, and he does his. He puts on a show. I'm gonna start charging too.
Yeah,
But I mean, like I said, Sammy, he's not new to you. You see this kid, the way he puts in work, he gets in there with champions, world champions, gets there with, prospects, and he doesn't quit. He doesn't
Mm,
quit in the ring, and he doesn't quit in the gym. He doesn't quit at life.
mm,
So he's gonna go far. He's gonna go far, and you placing him in the right place at the right time, the right moments. Just like everybody else, you build your career and your experience in the ring. He has a lot of ring generalship, but as a pro, you still need that extra time. And
amateur and pro are two different
yeah,
two different games.
he has too much skill to show in one fight.
Yeah,
mhm.
So he
yeah, that's
needs
good.
he needs those rounds in to show everything he
You
has.
got to develop. He developing. He's still a young man. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, 21. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, speaking to that, like, what are your goals, your career aspirations? You're at 135 now. So, where do you see yourself in the next couple years or
I'm gonna win titles at 35,
mm,
and then when the time comes, go to 140, win titles there. I just want to win as many world titles as I can. But I'm guaranteed to be a world champion, but I don't want to be just a one-time world champion. I
right.
want
yeah.
multiple time world champion, multiple divisions.
Mm,
Just to break records.
yeah.
Like, it don't matter what records, but to break records
Right.
and just to keep getting better, put on entertaining fights, be a showman, be entertaining.
135 is like a hot division right now. So,
Oh, yeah.
who would you say like is the next guy you feel like you beat would put your name up there, as one of the top contenders?
That's a tough question because everybody from 135 is starting to move up to 140.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like Rolly's at 140, Ryan's at 140.
Reaches.
I think Tank's getting ready to fight. I just seen something about Ricky Hatton. I don't even know if it's real or not, but
Mm.
or what's his name, Hatton. He's at 140. You know what I mean? But yeah, everybody's at 140 now. But I don't know.
There's some good names like Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, those are all guys coming up too, and I think when the time is right, the
Yeah.
right fights will be made,
Right.
and
As of right now, they're all prospects too.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you guys, all the guys that I
They
think
gotta build that.
moving up
Right.
to 140
Mhm.
are giving room for them because they are going to be
Yeah.
the next batch of good fighters
Yeah.
Coming out
that
as
that
yeah.
have.
Right now, the Keyshawn Davis is the who else is there? The 35.
Yeah, it's all like right
It's
now
all
those
here.
fights it's all they're all
Lavardi,
risk, no rewards. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Bro, I don't feel like none of us are big enough
to fight each other.
Yeah,
to
Right.
fight each
Right.
other right now because there's no money behind it,
Right.
going into the business side, and there's no legacy behind it because
Mhm.
like I said, we're still growing each one of us as
Right.
fighters. But I think all those fights are gonna be good fights
Yeah.
within the next 16, 20 months, to
Yeah.
be honest.
What's your mindset as a trainer of like building your fighter's career, balancing that business and um just development?
Well, I have never managed a fighter before until I got Kid Kansas, and of course I have my daughter.
Hmm.
It's a hard thing to do. A lot of people don't look at it. Don't If you're in the training side, you're just a trainer.
Right.
If you're a fighter,
yeah,
you're a fighter. you're the manager. You're the manager. Promote. I've actually promoted 2 of his fights as well. I took him back home, made a big show. So I was able to balance on it because I have a background of being a businesswoman. I don't know every business out there, about boxing, but it's just plain and simple. You see the letters, you read the wording, and we're no dum-dum. Don't take me by surprise. You're not gonna take me by surprise. We've said no to plenty of contracts with a lot of money behind it. We just sat back and thought about it and talked about it, and the opportunities will come. And that another thing too, where he's gonna go very far because very patient. We had that conversation on the way over here.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of you, kid. You drive nice cars. You had a little, your little place. You never lacked anything.
Right.
I said, but you weren't quick to jump at money when it was thrown at you.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. You have to watch the people who are in your circle. I know everybody likes to flash money in front of
Right.
Yep.
kids.
Yeah.
And he's pretty grounded. I said, don't bring nobody new, and
Yeah.
let's do us first.
Yeah.
So he's good at that. He's
Yeah.
good at just watching how people move first.
Yeah, that's important. How hard is that? Just if you see a big check as a 21-year-old to no, it's not hard at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
I've been around people with money all the time. My friends go home and make $10,000 within 3 weeks. You know what I mean? And I see money all the time. It's just like, when it's, I don't know how do I put it. Money's gonna come and go. You can spend it just as fast as you can
Get it.
get it. Yeah, but whenever there's patience behind them, when you learn the actual value of money and what it can do and how fast it can go, then you start to pay attention to it. You start to learn how to hold your dollars, and so I don't know. I just never been. Yeah, like I don't just jump at the first thing. Like she said, we've literally walked away from big contracts, just because it's not for me.
What kind of man your father is?
Funny. Dry humor. Workaholic.
Yeah, he likes working, but I just think he likes working when he wants to work, which is every day, but when he wants to. I don't know. I know my dad's a cool dude. I gotta get him on the podcast.
You think he's gonna mold you right?
Yeah.
Because, be a good kid. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think my dad did a good job because my dad did raise us. Well, my mom and my dad raised us both, but we live with my dad mostly. And so I think my dad did a good job because, his kids are growing up. He's proud of us. My sister, like everybody's grinding, doing their own thing. Like my sister, she works at a factory. You know what I mean? And she's only 19 years old. And she's working at a factory. And, she's making good money for herself too. My brother's in school and he has a job, 2 jobs, and he has, his baby. And then there's me. You know what I mean? No, so I think my dad's proud of us, and so I think he did. For him to be proud of us, he did a pretty good job raising us, because we're all doing good. So.
Are you proud of her?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm proud of my dad. My dad's a cool dude.
When did you move out to LA?
March 1st of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, COVID drove you out of Kansas?
No, COVID hit like 10 days after I got
here. Because March 2020 is when it started. I was fighting during that time, COVID, and training and managing.
You made it happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Mexico for a little bit, and then my pro fight. I did my first couple fights in Tijuana with no crowd, and so I think not having no crowd there made it a little easier.
Right.
At the same time, it was like it made it weird, but it made it easier because like the amateurs, you're used to fighting in front of people all the time. Then you're fighting in a crowd, or you're fighting in a place with no crowd whatsoever, and you can hear like clear instructions and echoes.
You hear me breathe.
And you can hear like your opponent's breathing. Like it was just crazy, but it was good because I was able to hear my corner's instructions, But overall, I think it was smart that I went pro when I did. And yeah, now we're here.
What's the biggest crowd you fought in front of pro?
Terrence Crawford undercard, December of 2022. Yeah, 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
I fought on Crawford.
So how was that from like
There's about
Tijuana?
15,000 people.
Wow, Tijuana to 15.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because then afterwards I got to take pictures with a lot of people and meet a lot of people, and a lot of them showed love. You know what I mean? Like, and it was energetic, and like the people treated me like if I was on their own and they didn't even know me.
Right.
You know, so it was cool. Like I had fun. I'd fight there again for sure. I'd definitely fight there again. But
that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you gotta get used to fighting under the lights if you want to go to where you want to get to.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And the second we fought at Keyshawn Day, actually was at Johnny Beck.
Yeah, I fought on Johnny Beck's card. I fought on that card too. My last fight. That was in October. That was in Texas though. Oh yeah, that one. I didn't pay attention to the cut, to be honest. I was just so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so locked in, and afterwards I was just trying to get my food. I was craving Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That's funny. Last question, and then we can get into talking about
The fights.
last night. Yeah. But just question for you, Coach G. Do you find there's a difference between how you coach your girls versus how you coach your guys or Kid Kansas, or is it just all?
No, they run the mountain together. They all run it. Like they all expected to do the exact same thing, except for a different sparring court, of course. But they all work as a team hard. You know, there's a lot of people that honestly didn't make the cut or is no longer with us because they couldn't. A lot of them couldn't handle that pressure, you know. And the women, they're just different. They work as hard because they know they're there as a team and it's all like family.
Right.
So they don't want to let their brothers down.
Right.
And the guys, they see the girls doing it, they're like, shit, no, I'm gonna get it done just as fast, you know. So yeah,
She's tough.
We do got different training styles though. I mean,
every fighter's different. I train them different.
Yeah.
The combinations of punches, everything. But yeah, he sees me. I'm sitting there watching him on the back.
Yeah.
I'm always watching. Sometimes I do grab my phone, they even tell me about that, but the main part, it's because they already know, but I'm just right there still watching them, you know. If I see something wrong, I go and correct it right away.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. Well,
she's real. From what I've seen so far, I say, give you a nod. She's a one thing she has that most coaches don't have is that for her being who she is, she treat her fighters like her own kid. You see, so she's not just a trainer; she's like their mother, and everything like that. So when they come in like a like a family and something like that. And it's good to see.
I get that a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, and not too many coaches don't do that.
Right.
I'll train you. Now get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
See, but she follow up and get to know your life, know you as a person, not just because of your trainer.
You're right.
Yeah. So she's more like a mother to them than a trainer.
Yeah. Well, they'll live with me when they're in camp. So
really? Oh wow. And those are the best coaches, like the ones that you can relate to just with life. You know, I soccer was my sport, and I've had some coaches where it's just like we just don't vibe, and then there's some coaches where it's like your father figure, your mother figure to me, and that changes the way you play, and like I'm sure the way you fight, like it's just you're excited to train not only for yourself but to make your coaching team proud.
Fight for that coach. You want to train for that coach.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And that makes a huge difference.
And most people don't get it. Most coaches don't get it.
No, they don't. They don't.
think this would be like a hug. Go, do.
Right.
And then,
right.
I had a coach. I mean, good kind-hearted person. But when it came to training, he was a drill sergeant. Go, do.
Right.
And then one time fighting, and he came to the corner. I saw it in his face. Raised his hand, and when he raised his hand, I told him, "If you hit me, I will knock you the f out." From there, he never trained me again. After that, I told the manager at the time, I said, "You're not a trainer.
Yeah.
You train me."
Right.
You don't put your hands on me.
Right. Yeah.
Nope.
And I'm sure your fighters respond differently to different things, and you know how to all right, well, kid, I gotta kind of say this to get them going versus maybe my daughter,
You
I'm
can
very
say
calm in
stuff.
the corner. A lot of people would stay very quiet just so they could see my reaction, how I react in the corner. And, I got that throughout the years since my daughter was little. Sometimes I do have to get really loud because of the crowd.
Right.
But for the most part, people are just kind of quiet just so they can hear.
Yeah.
Or they're just like, Lily's calm.
Yeah, exactly.
And he comes to the corner, he knows I'm very calm.
Yeah, so the most part, she's been pretty calm. I think she's only yelled at me like once, but that's just because I went out there just first round, throwing bombs. I came back, she's like, what are you doing? Trying to knock him out.
I would tell her the part where you turned around, you looked at me when the bell rang, you was like, shit, I didn't want to go to the corner because she was right there like.
She was all pissed, but not for the most part, she's pretty calm, yeah.
Look, knockout are something that I learned. It comes.
Yeah.
You don't go looking for it. You look for it, you end up running into it.
Mm-hmm.
You get careless on your offense.
Yeah. So you let it come to you.
Right.
If you set it up, it's gonna be right there. Like a nice little kiss. Good night.
But look, this is January 2024. We have a long year of boxing, so we're going to do some, I guess, predictions, what fights you guys want to see. But we could start with fights that happened last night and what you think that means for the future of 168. Did you guys watch fight last night? Ryder, Munguia, at least you did. You know the result, Munguia stopped John Ryder.
Yeah.
Obviously, Canelo couldn't do that when he faced John Ryder. So we're seeing Munguia versus Canelo fights. Canelo versus Benavidez, or Munguia versus Benavidez to see who gets Canelo. A lot of things can happen in 168. So what do you guys want to see?
I think me personally, I want to see Plant versus Munguia. I think that's a good fight. I feel like Munguia, he's doing good in establishing, but I feel like he needs one more fight to fully put the stamp on it. And then, from there, then I can see, him and Benavidez or him and Canelo. But me personally, just for me, I want to see the Plant versus Munguia fight.
And if that fight happens, what do you think?
I don't know, man. It's a good one. Plant's good on his feet, but I've also seen him get him pulled into deep waters. Which depends who comes better prepared at their game. If Plant comes better prepared to box the full time, or if Munguia comes, like a bull, ready to put all that pressure the whole time. But it just depends who comes with the better game. But that's a good fight right there that I like.
How about you?
It's just me, the way I think. I grew up in boxing. I've seen boxing. And so I was able to be a boxing fan back in the 70s, 80s, that kind of fan. So to me, when they compare, Canelo could have knocked out Ryder, but Munguia did. It's like there's nothing to do.
Yeah,
there's nothing to do. You cannot compare because now the way the fans are thinking is just wrong. That discredits Ryder, who he is.
Right. That's very
Styles make fights.
Yep.
I was there ringside at that fight. He got dropped 4 times. And I'm not saying anything about the referees or anything, but in Mexico, they let him go. Over here, they hit the camera, boom, you saw the female. Right. The girl turned her back because she was getting hit. She got stopped.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the referees are a little softer here, but I mean, they do jump in right away. So there's a difference. And when I hear people, Canelo could have knocked out Ryder, I'm like, I'm not that kind of fan. I'm the fan where I look at the styles, I look at it, what they did, and kudos to you. You did something great last night. But don't act, you did something what the legend couldn't do. Future legend, the Hall of Famer couldn't do. No, don't compare Munguia to Canelo. Munguia is Munguia. He's going to make his own legacy.
Right.
Give him his, because what if something happens, somebody it happens to him, like, oh, well, you couldn't knock out this guy. It doesn't discredit what he's done already.
Yeah. That's fair. So I think boxing purists, we all kind of think that way. But at the same time, we can't ignore that that's a part of the narrative, and that's probably what's going to be sold. So does that
part of the selling point.
Exactly. Sell it. Yeah. But is that enough for you to say Munguia should fight Canelo next?
No. He's not ready.
I think what he said with the plan fight, I think that would be a good fight. And from what I've seen of Munguia, the little I've seen, I'm not saying too much, just sparring a little bit. I think he has the right kind of a mindset to be able to beat Killer Plan pretty easily. Because Killer Plan has the Vinny Pass or syndrome. I call
what does that mean?
Vinny Pass syndrome. Jump around, throw a whole bunch of punches. Most time, a lot of them don't land. You just throw the punches and just jump around until you get nailed. When he get nailed, the air go out his balloon, and he try to find a way to lose.
I like Berlanga and Munguia.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a Caleb Plant fan. I like Caleb Plant. That was my first big fight in Vegas. Him versus
a lot of people
Benavidez.
compare his style to Caleb Plant.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So describe it for us.
No, but he land the punches.
Yeah.
Killer Plan throw punches. He would throw a whole bunch of punches. Out of 10, maybe 4 would land.
Yeah. I mean, against the elite guys, he doesn't have the power needed to
No.
sustain.
But he can outbox the shit out of him.
Yeah, exactly. But can you do that versus Benavidez? He boxed beautifully for 6 rounds.
Benavidez is too strong.
Exactly. And then I feel like that problem he'll run into that problem versus Munguia, as he starts. Because Munguia's got a chin. He gets hit a lot. So that's what makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Him versus Canelo or him versus
He got hit
Benavidez.
less last night. His defense was better. Did you?
I didn't see it. No.
His style is definitely changing. The reason why we also say that he's not ready for Canelo because he needs 3 more fights with Freddie Rivers.
Yeah.
So you trainer, you're learning new stuff, and Freddie has a lot of tricks in the bag, and he can't just throw them on the table like here,
No, I don't think they're gonna run for that Canelo fight right now. I say if that fight happened, maybe by the end of the year or early next year.
Yeah. Okay, so Benavidez versus Canelo?
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like everybody's already been waiting for that fight forever now. You know what I mean?
But when's the time gonna be right? I want to see it.
Canelo ain't gonna fight him.
I think,
I'll say you from right now, Canelo ain't gonna fight Benavidez.
yeah, Canelo doesn't. He said himself. He said, if I beat him, they're gonna discredit me anyway, so I fight him.
It's a money thing. I mean, again, these fighters live a fighter's life, and yes, they're in the business of entertainment, but remember when they were 8 years old, remember when they were 10, 12, when they had to sell candy in the corner. So if half these people that are talking, they're probably not even pay for the fight or go to the stadium. You're going to pay $300 ticket, $1,000 ticket? I don't think so.
No.
So they could sit in the back seat or sit in the backyard and watch from your neighbor's TV.
Yeah.
That to us, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but even with all that said, that would be a fight I would love to see.
Yeah.
But I believe Canelo, they say I'm not going to fight him. He's another Mexican. Like he never fought a Mexican before. He fight Mexican all the time. He fought Mexican when he was coming up. So I just think with the right money.
I was going to say, it has to have money behind it.
With the right money, it might happen.
And you don't think it does at this point?
Not to Canelo. He got what?
$500 million at least.
$300 million from the zone. Yeah, and he does, and that, so just to sign.
He's gonna avoid that fight for the rest of the contract because he did a 300. Five fight. Yeah, for 300 mil.
Without having no TV.
Yeah, so why wouldn't he run out and get his millions with these other fights and then get even more money?
So I think it's all business.
Again,
it's all business.
back to where he said, I don't know the fact. There's no money involved in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Mayweather Pacquiao. They let it Marinated for so
long that it was weak when it happened.
Yeah. He had an injured man.
Yeah, he got two injured people in the ring to the fight. That fight was, I mean, they waited too long. Mm. And whenever it was, oh, you got to do the test, we got to do the drug test, we got to do this, we got to do that.
Needles in my arm.
Yeah, got to do, and nobody wanted. So it just took too long. And the time when the fight happened, then that fight was, not it was not that good. I think the Pacquiao or Marquez fight was a better one.
Because they were in their primes, actually.
Yeah.
No, their last one. They
Oh,
were beyond their prime.
No, because at that moment,
Was their exit out.
at that moment, any one of them could have knocked the other one out because Manny had him, and he was
They were
going
about to
in.
stop the fight.
Yeah.
First round.
Yep. And Manny had him. He was going. When he did this, no. Marquez just took everything he had and threw that shot.
He timed him with the double.
Yeah.
He timed his footwork. I saw
Yep.
him over the top. I watched it over and over and over. I was sad, but
I mean,
it's boxing.
That's what boxing is all about.
Yeah. Then Manny came back to be.
Yeah.
He was more world champion.
Yeah.
He became a world champion after that. After the comeback, there's very few champions fighters that can do that.
Yep. Yeah, he came out. Yeah. When is the girl? When is the girl from Costa Rica, Yoka? When she fighting again?
She's fighting March 29th in Arizona for the undisputed.
Ooh, la 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 la.
Versus Estrada.
Estrada.
Yes.
Yep. That would be a great fight.
Yeah.
Estrada been talking too much from the side of her neck.
Yeah.
She been talking too much from the side of her neck.
It is about a money thing as well.
Yeah.
Yokasta is the type of girl like, give me $5, I'll fight her.
Yeah.
But you're in the business now, girl. You have
Yeah.
a whole countries behind you,
Yeah.
which is Costa Rica and Nicaragua.
Yeah.
And she's worth money out there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, why they don't take that fight over there? I mean, fighting in Arizona, if they took that fight over there, I think they would make a lot more money.
Soccer stadium of 55,000 plus.
They would make a lot more money
Yeah.
if they fight in Arizona. You fight in the hotel in Arizona and going to fight on the soccer stadium, and
See, the problem with fighting fans or boxers here, they think United States is the only place with the money. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the only place of boxing. Yeah, of course, the ticket to Yokasta fight would be $25. The most expensive being $1,000
Yeah.
ringside. But can you imagine 55,000 plus in a soccer stadium? Say you did sell it for only $100 a ticket. How much? How much?
And the thing is, you do that there, and it's pay-per-view. You will still make the money. What?
And then you got Nicaragua buying the TV.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
They're buying the TV off you.
But you know what? Whoop her butt, then take her to Costa Rica for the rematch.
Yeah.
That's it.
Optically too, like where female fighting is just to see fans, just to see 55,000 people for a female fight.
Like the Katie Taylor.
Exactly. And that just like elevates the whole, sport.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
have you seen her past fights in Costa Rica? How she feels up there?
Yeah, I saw the last
crazy,
one. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And it's amazing to have a whole country behind her too.
Yeah.
It seems like she does good for her community, and
She's a
we're
good
receptive.
girl.
Yeah, receptive to that. But yeah. What about 135? What do you want to see 135 this year? What do you want your division to showcase?
Like from a fan's perspective?
Yeah, from a fan's perspective, and then you could do a fighter's perspective.
Yeah, I want to see Williams, Zepeda, and Shakur Stevenson. I want to see how that
We
plays
talked
out.
about that one time.
'Cause
Williams
you got a
the
guy.
lightweight.
You got a guy who outboxes everybody, and then you got a guy who outpunches everybody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so it's gonna go. It's gonna go completely one way or the other.
That would be a great fight. That would sell well too.
That'd be a good fight. I just hope Shakur come to fight.
Yeah.
Don't be the Starbucks again.
I think he's just gonna box that fight.
I guess we should
I mean,
come
of
to
course,
fight.
but
We got one. I don't think he like to get hit, which is good, but it's boxing.
Mm.
You can do all the ring roll and dancing
You
and
can't be an
stuff.
Olympic style boxer your whole
No,
pro career.
no,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
can't do that. You know, you got to be able to stay in your ground like you in
Get in the
Florida.
pocket.
Yeah.
You know, you got to stay around like you in Florida. You know, slap somebody at least once or twice. Now do this crap and you fighting the guy 2 foot away from you. I mean, that's not a good thing. That last fight for me showed me a whole lot about him.
Yeah.
And most good trainers, I think, probably have figured him out a little. You gotta be ready and you gotta nail him.
We
And
always
Yeah.
talk. We always talk about that. How they take the big steps back,
yeah,
but
Mm.
you can take that away.
yeah,
Take
easy.
that away, and
Mm.
that starts from amateur pedigree.
Yeah.
Those
Mm.
little half steps.
How many amateur fights do you have?
149.
Jeez. Wow.
And I'm more
That's but that's good though.
I'm
That's
gonna
good, you know.
149. How many years?
From 8 to
9.
17, 9 years.
9 years. 149. Goddamn.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. Not bad for Kansas, but we were doing everywhere to fight. I was going from Kansas to New Mexico. We'd drive like 6 hours just for a show bout.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Or we'd drive 10 hours or, you know,
You made
it
it to
just
national
depends.
every year.
Yeah, it just depended, but
That's
I had
good.
fun in the amateurs, but I was tired of it.
Man,
Tired of the amateurs. But I have fun in the pros now, so it's okay.
we ain't talk about it in Ghana. What they,
Okay, so yes,
yeah,
we had his favorite fighter is Anthony Joshua.
no. I think Joshua is a little worse.
No, that was sarcasm. He hates him. He like and whenever we bring up his name, it's like 30 minutes of the podcast about how he feels about Anthony Joshua. But to what he wants to talk about, how do you guys feel about this like,
In Ghana,
MMA boxing crossover that's becoming way more prevalent now?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think these fighters need to stop going so confident into the other sport. They need to realize like,
A punch is a punch.
Yeah,
yeah, like you're
yeah,
gonna get hit. Like
right.
I would go into the MMA, but I wouldn't down talk it like it's the easiest sport of the world. Like pay attention to it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I know the risks of getting in the ring with somebody that's been doing it their whole life.
Hmm.
So I just think, I mean, yeah, of course, hype the fight up, but don't down talk their sport. Try to
Right.
make it seem easy. That's
yeah.
like the
I mean,
dumbest thing you can
because the
do.
people they're fighting, the fighters that they're fighting, giving them the cause to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The boxer they're fighting, giving them the cause to do that. You look at the Jake Paul jumping around and telling you how great of a fighter he is.
Hmm.
Oh, give me a break. Because he what Tyrone or who's that?
Woodley.
Yeah, Tyrone Willie went there and acted like a little wuss. You let a guy who
Never real
do
boxing.
yeah
Cold.
Yeah.
and knock you cold when you have been doing MMA forever. You one of the best wrestlers in the country.
Yeah.
So
I I don't know. I think the MMA boxing crossovers, I think they're cool if the fights are worth it and if they're entertaining. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like if people want to see it, of course, but
Yeah, if you're gonna get a cool $5-10 million, why
yeah,
not?
yeah,
Shit.
why not do it?
Well, they're getting way more than $5-10 million.
yeah, they get
It's
good money behind
Saudi
it.
money.
It's not being a sellout. It's just been I'm gonna get paid.
Right.
Yeah. How the what you think of Ngannou, Tyson Fury? What you thought of that fight, and what you think Ngannou might do, will do, not might, if it happened when the fight actually happened because it's signed, will do to AJ.
I Oh, with AJ, I think he might stop him, maybe.
He just has to overwhelm him.
Yeah, he's just not gotta give him his room. Because if he gives him his room, then Anthony Joshua is just gonna just keep trying to box
Yeah,
him.
he's just gonna run. He's
Yeah.
gonna fight him like he fought Ruiz. But Ngannou, one thing about him that I like, he can take a punch and he's not afraid to get hit.
Hmm.
He will walk you down.
Well, shit, he's used to getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gloves.
gloves, yeah.
And bare
So
legs.
You know when they say that like you just said he was exposed after one fight.
yeah,
I think Joshua's been exposed after so many fights the same. You can't be
Mhm.
exposed just one fight
Right.
because what if that person had just had a bad day?
yeah,
You know, styles makes fight.
Right.
But when you're being exposed fight after fight after
fine,
fight,
yeah.
that's all he. That's why you don't say he's exposed. You say that's all he has.
That's all he got.
Yeah.
You're right. That's all he got.
Mhm.
He is what he is, and you step to him, he find a way to lose. And no, he find a way to lose. And when you beat him, then he talk a whole bunch of crap so that because his promoter, he's the biggest name his promoter got on the zone.
Yeah.
On when he retired or when somebody knock him out into retirement,
Mhm.
the Saudi money gonna stop coming because the Saudi
He has like a good one or two more big fights.
fights. That's
Yeah.
it. And
And if
But if
if
this
it's
MMA guy knocks him out,
yeah,
hey,
it's
yeah,
over.
but Ngannou gonna knock him out.
That's what you think?
He gonna stop him.
Okay, we'll see.
well, he's MMA, so
Yeah.
he's gonna put pressure. He's
Yeah.
He
not
gonna pressure. And he gonna let him run
you're
around.
up underneath him, and
Yeah.
He's not gonna let him run
he's
around.
gonna
Yeah.
get underneath them
Mhm.
and just hope he doesn't get caught with those.
But
in the back of the head.
but the thing about it, Ngannou bigger than him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's huge. He's huge.
When he fought Fury, he's bigger than AJ. Physically, he's wider.
Physically, but not.
Yeah, he's taller than AJ.
He is bigger.
He taller than AJ.
He's a big guy.
You know, he was about this shorter than Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury is a freaking giant.
Wow.
I just think Joshua, he needs to get a trainer. He needs two trainers. He wants to train him, and he needs a trainer just for defense.
Yeah,
No defense.
Yeah.
I don't see
the Brits don't know how to train a chicken how to cross the road. That's the
Well,
problem.
he's changed trainers so much recently.
Because
He's trying to find himself. I don't know. I don't know what he's
because he's done.
It's everyone's fault but Joshua's.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. That's the problem. He's done. So he's gonna blame everybody else
right.
but himself.
Mhm.
Joshua been done saying no. That's when he got knocked out. That boy hot jumped out and ran away, and he never got it back.
It's still at Starbucks to this day.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's a big fight in Saudi Arabia, and you know, he's walking away winning.
I say he might make about 60, 80 mil for that
Mm.
fight.
Mhm. Yeah, easy, easy. All right, well, let's get into this week's Sammy Says. You can ask Sammy anything on your mind.
Sammy, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Your favorite food?
He's vegan.
I go back and forth. Someday when I feel like eating meat, I'll eat meat, and most time, but I'll eat vegan stuff and stuff like that. I like vegetables. I like my native food from Liberia, West Africa. I like a lot of greens. I love seafood, fish, a lot of fish, all type of fish, and I eat. But I'm real kind of picky.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I go to a restaurant and I try something at a restaurant and I like it, that's the only thing I'm gonna eat from that plate.
Really?
I don't change.
Just like me.
I don't change for nobody. I go there. Oh man, come try this. No, I don't know what they're gonna do. So that's just me. I'm kind of picky like that. And so it's almost like I don't know. It's just one thing about there's something about it that soothing my soul when I'm eating and I love the food I eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when I used to box and punch somebody in the nose and they bleed.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that blood.
Mm.
But outside the ring, somebody bleed, I want to throw up.
Oh.
Yeah. But in the ring, I just want to make more of the blood.
Can you ask a question?
Do you have family? Your family's here in the United States. How many kids do you have?
kids. I got 2 kids, and I love both of my kids a lot. I had my son when I was 19. I was a kid back in Africa.
You were raising each other growing up.
And I mean, not really, because after he was born, I was in Seoul, South Korea, for the Olympics when my son was born. Okay, I was 19 then. I got back home, a civil war broke out. Okay, rebels killing soldiers, killing civilians. It was dirty. Over 300,000 people died in that war from my country. I ran away. I was a refugee in Sierra Leone for a bit, and then they started a war in their country. So now where I ran away to, I started having problems. So I found a way, and through some missionary that went there for a church, and my friend told me, said, "Come on, come and join our choir." I don't know how to sing.
Singer?
Yeah, I didn't know how to sing. So, but I went and I joined the choir. I joined the choir, and through that, I got a visa to come to America.
Wow.
And my father lives in Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, dang.
So when I moved to the States in 91, I lived in Rhode Island till 95. Then I moved to California.
Why'd you come to California?
Boxing.
It's warm.
Yeah, similar thing. I holding a job. Yeah, I'm 54 now. I have worked for other people
You don't like it.
4 years of my life. 50 years I never worked for nobody else. I work for me.
What did you do for work?
Well, when I was growing up back in the old country, uh, I was a hustler. Because I left my mom. My father was in America at the time. I left my mom when I was 11
Yes.
and went to the capital city. And I lived in an old bus by the river for 4 years of my life.
Wow.
And I was a hustler. And not wood. Now, one day I got into trouble to go to jail, or I used to go to the police station to help my friends get out of jail.
Wow, what one question can do, right? I
Yep.
think this is deep. Go ahead, Sam.
See, so those things I want. That's my makeup, and so I can sense trouble a mile away from me.
Street smart, very streetwise.
I walk the other way. I've been the last time I was in a fight that I hit somebody outside of boxing was 1987, back in the old country. And I thought I killed a kid because of a girl.
Oh,
I, I whacked him. He went down like a sack of bricks. Started foaming from the mouth and all. Oh shit, I'm in trouble now.
You took off? You went running?
I didn't run. I waited. The police came. Luckily for me, my family got some name in the town. So he got into trouble,
wow. Wow.
not me. They
Wow.
told me, say, go home. Mr. Stewart will take care. I went.
Yeah. Wow.
And nothing after that? You didn't get in trouble after that?
I know. After that, I never been in a street fight till today. The only time I almost got in a fight was at Wild Card.
I was there, wild card, right?
And I
That's
took
why they call it the wild.
and I took a pipe, a steel pipe, and went after Bodine.
Went after who?
Bo.
Bodine, big boy, big black guy. Come you
Yeah, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. What the hell happened there? That's probably a story.
No, he stepped on my toe. I had a broken toe, and he was messing around. And I told him, I said, man, almost stepped on my, for the first time. I said, look, man, watch my toe. Don't step on my toe. Oh, come on, man. Well, if I step on it, what you do? I said, step on it and find out.
And he did, huh?
And he did. And yep.
You chased them with the.
I took a pipe and went after him. And if
Broken toe.
they not stopped me, I was gonna crack him.
Wow.
I mean,
How long ago was it?
that's why this was probably 11, 12 years ago. I mean, I don't like to fight.
Now you guys are best friends or what?
Well, no, we're buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're buddies. We're friends before that happened. We were friends, but he was just too nuts.
Yeah.
Just being crazy, jumping around. Come on, man, slow down.
Yeah.
Sammy, we gotta do an episode of just your life story. It's crazy. The stories he tells me, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Man, that's just growing up as a kid in Africa. That's all. Just like growing up anywhere.
Have you been to Mexico?
I don't think so.
I've been to Mexico once.
Wait.
I went to Tijuana, the most popular place, the most popular place in Mexico. No. I take that back. My first fight I had when I moved to California was in Ensenada.
Oh, that's where Jose's from.
Yeah.
He's fighting there next month.
Yeah, I fought in Ensenada,
April.
and I got sick from the water because when I went, I was real thirsty. I just went and started drinking from the pump.
That happened to me in Ensenada.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
so bad.
I had a diarrhea before the fight. So when I
He may wait pretty easily.
so when during the fight lasted 45 seconds. It was messy. They came and gave me a set of gloves. It was good, clean glove. I put it on. Then they came out, oh no, that's not the glove you're supposed to use. Took that glove and give me some wet glove that somebody had just used. I was like, oh, and I couldn't wait to get my hands out of there. I went in that ring, sucker threw a punch, I slip it, crack him with an overhand right, hit him with my elbow, cut him across the face, and the ref came pick him up. When he looked, the blood was all on the ref and said that was it. The fight was over.
You knocked him out.
I stopped him.
Man.
that was my first time in Mexico. And the second time I went to Mexico, I went there with this Korean kid called Gene. I took him there to fight. Good little fighter. But he got this thing that he wanted to have 20 fights in Mexico before he can fight here. I'm like, man, I'm not going to be going to Mexico for you to go pay somebody to fight.
Yeah.
And I don't get paid. Nah, you can go train somebody else, train somewhere else. And that was it.
You like Mexico?
Oh, yeah. I like I like the way, people were. And the people were cool. The culture was I just don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Just don't speak Spanish, and it's like it's a little embarrassing asking somebody every time for something, and then they're trying to explain you trying to juggle and see what's happening.
Yeah, I can get that. Yeah.
Yeah,
What teach you Spanish?
yeah. I mean, if I were to learn Spanish, I would have learned it by now because I lived in a house with Spanish-speaking people for 5 years. Yeah, my mind, not the kind of
California.
living.
Spanish.
Yeah, I all this crap I be talking in the gym. I just be saying words. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell to be.
Video of you speaking Spanish to Jose.
That's funny.
I be trying to figure out what the hell I'm saying.
You pick up a couple bit here and there.
Yeah.
Good, man. It's always good to learn something.
Yeah.
Making some.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, thank you guys for coming in and chopping it up with us and sharing your story, talking boxing. So that's what we love to do. So we really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And good luck
thank
to your fight.
Thank you.
You want to shout out the crowd, let them know where to
I
follow
mean,
you when
just
you're
go ahead
fighting
and kick
next.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Kid.Kansas on Instagram. Um, Coach G Boxing on Instagram.
G-double-E.
Yeah.
G
Appreciate everybody showing support and watching. We'll see you guys after the next one.
We got to try to get Roxy on here too.
I know. Huh?
Yeah, we have yet to have a female
Roxy,
fighter on, and that's our
yeah,
goal this year. So.
Roxy, if Yoka is available whenever, you guys, you know.
You gotta learn Spanish for that one, though, Sammy.
Uh,
You gotta pull out your Ingles sin barreras.
Yeah, we need a translator, huh?
Or
yeah,
Rosetta
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah.
you gotta say, yeah, Rosetta
Rosetta Stone.
Jones. Yeah.
Stone.
Stone,
Yeah,
Rosetta Stone, yeah.
Oh,
So that was
Jones
our
Stone.
goal. Learn it, and
Yeah.
then in 2024, you
Yeah.
pick something up.
Yeah, pick some up.
Well, I appreciate you guys. This is
Thank you
Boxing
for coming. I
Capital.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, boxing business, everything behind the punches. I'm Tay.
She's Tay, and I'm Sammy.
Peace. Cool. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Sammy.